Hey guys, I wanted to talk about my trip to Palm Springs where I went and stayed at my dad's place for about a month. It was super amazing time. I really had a blast. So kind of wanted to walk through everything we did and saw and just kind of share the amazing experience with everyone. So this is kind of the views around my dad's place. You can kind of see the mountains out in the front, the yard, no lack of grass, all that stuff. No, that lovely desert, and of course the amazing orange chairs. Don't ask about the chairs. This is the backyard. We had a little dining room table there, a little coffee table hangout. You can see the pool over there in the back, and whereas we're gonna wrap around here, you'll see the fire pit there that we used only a few times just because it was so hot. It was not really like worth using that much. And then this is the other side, like further to the right of the last video. We had the greenery, got a bocce court in the back, a hammock, some shade and stuff. We would do yoga back here or hang out back here sometimes. It's really nice. And then yeah, these plants were everywhere. I believe they're called agave, and they are huge and crazy, and I thought they were cool, so I put them in. Either way, this is inside the house. This is the kitchen area. This is where I became a cocktail master. I made so many really good cocktails while I was out here, and I'm going to patent them when I can. This is kind of the living room view. You can see outside the infamous orange chairs. Again, don't ask about the chairs. And of course, we have these misters, which are essential in Palm Springs. Everywhere I see people like owning misters and using them. It's the only way to be able to enjoy outside in the heat, honestly. If you're not like in the pool, they keep everything cool and probably like a nice little bubble. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. And of course, the prime piece of art here in Palm Springs, Benji the cat, my best friend while I was out here, always hanging out here. This is my little work setup I did for my internship. He was always on this desk with me hanging out. And then yeah, this is the backyard because sometimes even though I was working, I could hop on the laptop by the pool, get a little tan. I was working, I was still being productive. But either way, I'm gonna walk you guys through some of my trips while I was out here. So Idlewild was my first trip while I was out here. Basically what ended up happening when I was here is I would spend the weekdays doing my internship job. I was working online. My dad and his girlfriend Andrea had their jobs they were supposed to do online and everything. So during the weekdays we were basically like hanging out and working, making cocktails in the evening, swimming in the pool, working out, chilling. And during the weekends, we would do little day trips or little longer trips. And I'll give you a heads up now, we were very safe with it. We had masks, we were very good at sanitation, social distancing from people, even if they weren't. We were very far. We never tried that. We avoid crowds when we could. All that stuff. We were very responsible. And I've gotten tests since this trip, and I never got anything positive. So we were all in the clear, very smart and responsible with all the traveling. But anyway, this is our way up to Idlewild. It's crazy seeing like the desert brown of the ground like turn into like this very like green lush area. It's very interesting and different. It wasn't something I was expecting to see. And it almost like it felt like I was back in like Colorado, honestly. It's very different. You can see like the greenery up here, how green the mountains are. Again, this is just a few miles from Palm Springs, like right near it, and it's very strange to see. I'm pretty sure this was like the location of a forest fire, but either way, we got up to Idlewild and we decided to go hiking. This is the hiking spot we went to. It's this little national forest, I believe it was. Either way, we went on the Ernie Maxwell Trail. It was very cool, very calm. It wasn't too demanding. It was much more interesting. This is my dad, Andrew, and Megan, they be schmoovin'. But yeah, so this is kind of the trail we see. It was very foresty at the beginning, and once we got out to the trail, it kind of opened out. We were really amazed by these houses out here because we could not see any roads that led to them. But either way, this is kind of the scenic view that you could see. Again, very calming and relaxing, very interesting, and it was very just like a nice entryway into hiking out here. It's very nice and relaxing. The hike wasn't too rough, and then afterwards we went into town. This is the actual town of Idlewild, at least like the downtown area. It very much reminds me of like a ski town, honestly. Again, I got a lot of like Colorado vibes when I was out here, but here's kind of like a little woodwork art piece they had out. But yeah, so this is kind of the town we went to. We got some coffee while we were up here. And kind of walked around the streets. There was a mask vendor that we got a bunch of masks from. So when you see I have a black mask with like a red spider web on it, that is why. Either way, after the Idlewild trip, we headed back, hung out with Benji the cat a bunch, did our work, you know, swam in the pool late at night, you know, just enjoyed life together. So Sequoia and Kings Canyon was the next on the trip. This was our 4th of July trip. We were heading up on Friday, stopped and got some coffee on the way there, and then which really helped us through with this incredibly long and slow line. So that was kind of a pain, but it was right. Eventually we got there and it was beautiful. So Sequoia and Kings Canyon were going to be our Friday trip, and then Saturday morning we were going to head up to Yosemite. But yeah, this is, I mean, a lot of these views, guys, honestly, I don't have words for. But we got some really good advice, you know, don't approach bears, 10 out of 10 advice. And we headed out and started climbing this crazy little trail here, like up this rock side, up to the top. And it was just really absurd, like just kind of like hugging the wall, just like this little staircase carved into the stone. And just seeing these views all around, and the view at the top you'll see here soon was really crazy. But yeah, just you can see this trail, some steps, some kind of more just slanted carved piece. But this is the view at the top, and man, was it worth it. I mean, just look at this. There are people, I'm actually at a fence gate edge. Those people have climbed over like the safety rails onto the rock. So you know, a little sus, but whatever, people can do what they want, I suppose. But either way, that was the view, and then we headed back down and continued on our way to check out some more stuff. You know, gotta make sure to take care of the wildlife. Kind of drove through this foresty. A lot of these places were so huge that it was mostly like driving around, stopping at entryways. But we eventually made it to General Sherman's tree, which was this gigantic sequoia tree. You can see this video is just going and going. This thing is huge. I think my next video you'll be able to see a little bit more of the scale with some people around it, because man, this thing was massive. You can kind of see a bit better here, just like the intensity of this tree was actually crazy. Made you feel very, very small. But either way, we continued walking, saw more and more of these crazy trees. These things are huge. And yeah, we just enjoyed this little hiking trail through this little forest area, checking out these trees, seeing everything. They thought I was taking a picture of them. I was not. Sucks to be you guys. You guys are not important as my vlog video. Just kidding. But either way, we eventually hiked up to the top and saw another really scenic view with that like lake down there. It was like crystal blue. The picture does not do it justice. But yeah, I just saw this really, really scenic, just calming view. Again, just like amazing stuff, guys. I cannot like talk well about this. And then after this, we went on this drive through Kings Canyon. There's like a highway, a little route you did. We stopped here, saw this like a little like flowing river, which is really relaxing. And then we also stopped at another place here where we saw this waterfall. Again, just very, very relaxing and scenic. Just kind of driving. We spent about 20 minutes driving through this, or not 20, like 40 minutes driving through this highway, and it was really, really cool, guys. Next up, we finally have the Crème de Crop, Yosemite. Oh my god, guys, I cannot express how much I enjoyed Yosemite. I mean, just look, this is the overviews. We're gonna go into the valley here in a bit. That's where we stayed, but just the views from this place, man, just everywhere you were, no matter what, you had something cool to look at. Just non-stop, just like scenic, luscious views. It was crazy. But yeah, so we started up at this overlook. We're checking out, you can see these waterfalls here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you can check these out, they're so gorgeous. We'll get back to these in a bit. But yeah, so we started off, we decided to descend along this one little pathway here that this place is about to start down. You can see soon. But I mean, yeah, I can't really just spend enough time talking about these views, guys. I really don't have like the vocabulary to actually describe how they made me feel. They're just crazy. But either way, yeah, we started descending down this mountainside, kind of getting a little bit into the canyon, going down to a waterfall view that we had seen on the map, and decided, hey, the trail looked pretty empty, so let's walk it. And we literally saw like no one walking on this trail, maybe a few people. It was really, really cool. Just kind of walking very isolated in Yosemite. It was a really interesting experience. So this is the waterfall top we're gonna go see. Pay attention to that little dirt path at the top, like middle there, because that'll be important. But this is the waterfall, and then this is the top of the waterfall where the trail takes you. You see the water flowing down here, and it goes under this bridge here that we cross. And it kind of pools together here at the bottom. You can see the pool of water there, and that leads to the waterfall. So yeah, we came down to the water. It was ice cold, freezing cold, but we weren't done yet. We did a little off-roading, a little probably illegal hiking. We got into that dirt path I was talking about before. Who knows if we're allowed to be here or not. We decided to do it because there weren't any signs, but it wasn't like a path to it. It saw some cool views. Anyways, came back here, chilled by the water. I read some of my book on my phone. We kind of chilled, relaxed, just enjoyed nature. After that, we headed back to where we were staying, which was right by this really cool waterfall, so we had to check it out too. This was like the second half of the waterfall. There's like a top half the video doesn't show, but it's really awesome. So we head back to the our hotel, kind of got set up and everything, and we went to the other lodge, which was like the nicer hotel because there's no money. We balling on a budget. We're being responsible economically, and we got some really good cocktails and got a little makeshift board here, with the essentials, just enjoying some drinks, hanging out. There's a wedding going on, so we kind of watched that and went back into the lobby once it got darker and kind of hung out here in the lobby, enjoying some cocktails, relaxing after a day of hiking. Next day though, we were back at it, just kind of continuing strong, keeping up with it. We were heading down to this waterfall on the left here. This bottom left waterfall was our destination today. The hike was pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. There were some pretty harsh moments, and there's some people who are like doing it in like flip-flops. I did not understand it. Like, why would you hike in flip-flops? What's the thought process, people? But either way, we made it. We kind of walked through these and saw the river flowing from where the waterfall led. It was really, really cool. But yeah, man, it was pretty rough at some points, not gonna lie, but eventually we made it. And just like, look at this place, man. It was so gorgeous. I cannot like describe how cool this place was. But I really want you guys to have like an impact of this place, so I'm actually gonna cut my mic here for a moment and just let you guys listen. So yeah, that waterfall is just crazy. We eventually hiked to the top here. You can see the waterfall crashing down. I just wanted to let you guys listen to that, just see how powerful it was. Just all that water just slamming down. It was honestly very intimidating. But either way, afterwards we wrapped around, finishing our loop, kind of saw some more scenic views here, this kind of cliffside. Again, guys, just the rock here is just so beautiful. Anyways, though, we hopped on some bikes that we rented out after this hike and decided to go cruising for a bit, kind of check out the valley on the inside, kind of head around. While we were doing this, we were actually like riding our bikes, and there's a group of people stopped, and we like stopped with them, like, look, there's a bear over there. And I was like, all right, it's time to keep moving. I started riding away, and Andrea's like, oh, let's check it out. I was like, what do you mean let's check it out? They said bears that way, let's go the other direction. But yeah, either way, we checked out that hike. I went to dinner that night at the kind of the nice restaurant at the other lodge. It was really good food. You kind of see the plate of food I have here. Got some steak, got some greens and veggies, some other stuff. Got some really good wine. So we're out here balling, having a good time, enjoying some good food. Kind of just enjoying the evening. Got some more cocktails that night. Kind of just hung out, had some deep chats and kind of just chilled that evening. And then finally, the next morning, it was sadly time to head out. Got a little view of this lake as we head back to Palm Springs for the usual grind. This was going to be upcoming my third weekend, continuing with the internship grind, chilling by the pool, making cocktails at night, watching movies and shows, hanging out, again, that 9 to 5 grind with the fam, working out on the Peloton, hanging out with my man Benji till our final trip. So my dad and I decided to do a little guys trip together on the last Saturday I was there before I left. Decided to go to the Santa Monica Mountains, just the two of us, do a little hiking. So we went up there. It was a really cool, really chill hike that he and I could just really chat and spend time together, which was amazing because my dad and I don't get to see each other as much as we'd like to. He lives in California, I live in South Carolina, but we did this hike and spent time together, and it was amazing, guys. It was so amazing. After that, we headed down to Santa Monica because there's this restaurant that I adore. I used to go there all the time, so kind of cool seeing the Santa Monica Pier and everything. It's been so long since actually, I lived there last summer for a couple months, so it was cool. But made it to my favorite restaurant in Santa Monica as of now, Tacos Por Favor. And it's a very cool meeting. When I was working at my internship, I would go here like every other day, if not every day, with coworkers. It was kind of just like the spot I'd eat at all the time. So we got some really good food, got a burrito and a couple tacos, and just had a really good day trip with my dad, guys. Just hiking, going back to Santa Monica, seeing the old places. It was awesome. But yeah, guys, that kind of wraps it up. I know after that, we spent the last week hanging out, drinking cocktails, and then it was time to head out. I'd been there for 4 weeks now, and my trip was over. Headed to the airport and kind of departed. So it was a really amazing trip, guys. I cannot just like be thankful enough for like my dad allowing me to come out, and the love and care he and Andrea gave me. It was really, really special and a really great time. So thank you so much to them, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog video and checking out what I did. In the meantime, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel or hop on my Twitch at twitch.tv/Redlaf to watch me live stream games and stuff. Either ways, I'm gonna let you listen to the music and enjoy the rest of the video. That being said, thanks again one last time to my dad, Andrea. It was awesome.